Welcome, SEO scientists. Today we are going to be reviewing the Google Business Profile Map Embed SEO test. Now in this test, we hypothesize that Welcome, SEO Mad Scientist. Today we are going to be going over the Google Business Profile Map Embed test. This is the first Map Embed test we have of 2024. So with that, let's just jump right into it. In this test, we are creating a simple hypothesis that creating these Google Map embeds, iframes of the Google Map, on web pages that have relevant content will impact the local rankings. We are also going to be creating anchor text, targeted anchor text to the CID URL of the map as well. So these are multiple factors that we will be considering on the impacts of our test. Now, here are the test items to be very clear. We have the simple map embed, an NAP reference, and anchor CID link. At the top, you can see solar panel company in purple. That is the anchor text link. The map embed, which is an iframe of the Google Business Profile listing, and then a reference to the name, address, and phone number of that listing. Now, these test factors and things that I said could be influencing our test, we have the GMB, GBP itself, which was created last year at the end of the year. There was nothing done to the listing besides the naming of it, which is slightly targeted for our keywords, and setting the category. As well as setting up the listing, there was a website created with basic optimization. There are some inner pages on there that could be influencing the listing and the rankings, so something we do need to consider as well. And then finally, the variable that we are considering most is the GMB GBP map embeds and CID URL backlinks. Now, the GMB GBP has been set up earlier last year, along with the website being attached to it. So ratings had settled, and we had gotten a pretty steady baseline before going ahead and starting this test with the Google Business Profile Map Embeds. So a good visualization of what we're talking about here. There is nothing that we have really done in this test involving the website. Everything had been sent directly to the GBP listing. We have the map embeds and the links. Those are all pointing directly to the GBP listing. The GBP listing is pointing to the website, and the website is referencing back to the GBP. Probably some influences there, as we said. So we are considering this, which is why when we had previously built the GBP and website, we let some time pass before beginning our test. So the map embeds and links is the primary factor that we're going to be observing as this test began to run. So another visualization of what we're talking about here as far as what was done. We have a blog post here, 10 benefits of solar panels, efficiency, savings, and sustainability. Very relevant content to solar panels and solar energy, which is our target terms. And then at the bottom of the page, we have our anchor text reference to the CID URL, the GBP map embed, as well as the NAP. Within the CID link, the various anchor texts we use were solar panel company, solar panel service, solar panel installation, and solar panel contractors. So it was heavily targeted towards solar panels, but we see some variations in there that could definitely impact some other long tail and variation terms like solar company, solar service, and solar contractors, and so on. So as we started the test, as we said before, we created and claimed the GBP on the website earlier last year. The 50 GBP map embeds and anchor backlinks were built mid-February, about February 15th. I believe they were all built, and we saw the first initial GeoGrid movement on 3 of the 4 anchor texts that we had linked to the GBP CID. Now, we have been tracking multiple multiple keywords and long tail terms to see the overall impact, but we have also paid special attention to the anchor text that we use directly in the CID URL links. By the beginning of March, around March 3rd, March 5th, we had seen movement on all terms, including our solar panel contractor terms and other other various long tail contractor terms. We did see some losses and pullback a little bit around mid-March, a little after mid-March, but by the end of March, we did see a massive increase in our contractor terms with some pullback on some of the other terms as well. Our base terms did see a lot of pullback, but when we look at the 20 to 30 terms we were tracking, we saw a lot of positive movement, specifically within the contractor and commercial terms. Residential and service terms did seem to have a pullback. Now, there may be some correlation between the concept of solar panels and commercial terms and contracting terms versus solar installation or solar company maybe is more connected to residential. These are all very fine points that we can look at and we can guess about. But when we look at just what the data has given us, here's the GeoGrid snapshots. The very first GeoGrid was zoomed in a little bit further, so that's the first one right there. Then as we zoomed out, we tried to get a little bit better view of the impact. By the second, third snapshot, you can see every GeoGrid did have some type of movement, but towards the third and last snapshot, those solar panel contractors, that is the upper right GeoGrid there, definitely had some massive movement compared to where we had initially started. So again, we can guess and kind of look at what terms we had used in the optimization, but what we are seeing with the embeds and the CID URL anchor links we had built, we did see some slight pullback on residential terms and service terms, massive impact on the commercial and contracting terms. Now here's another snapshot of our long tail terms. These are some other contracting terms: commercial solar panel company, solar energy contractors, solar contractors, all showed substantial movement. This is a very wide map zoomed out here, so you can see a lot of little areas where we probably have multiple page one listings showing and nodes that were impacted. And this is this is all at the very end, towards the end of our final snapshot, about a month and a half after just building the 50 PBN link, just about a month and a half after building the 50 Google Business Profile map embeds. So our final conclusion and our theory is that these map embeds, these backlinks, have caused an impact. The exact impact and how the anchor text and content on page impact these rankings, we are not 100% clear. There definitely was some disconnect, it seemed, between residential and commercial terms and possibly service and contractor terms. They do mean various things and slightly different things, so there is a possibility that with this optimization, we were causing more of an impact for one set than the other. But of course, we are going to continue to test. We have multiple Google Map Embed tests coming out this year. We are going to be adding some more variables and factors, not only to future tests, but we will continue to track this one and let you know what we find with any future updates or changes. with this test. So with that, you can go ahead, sign up below. Make sure to visit webpointingranker.com SEO Mad Scientist to catch on the latest updates. You can download the full test PDF below in the testing area. Sign up, sign in, and don't miss out on another testing update.